Hello, Julie Bradshaw here, and today I'd like to share with you an easy, fun technique to help yourself as well as others to let go of negative energy and emotions. This is a technique that I learned from Raymon. He is a master dowser, and many of you may consider dowsing to be a way to find water, but there's so much more to dowsing. And if that's an area of interest for you, I encourage you to learn more about the different ways that you can use dowsing for your own personal growth. It's a wonderful way to get rid of negative energies, negative emotions. So one of the things that I love about Raymon is that in addition to the dowsing, he also teaches other tools and techniques that he has learned over the years. And he is open to using any technique, no matter how unusual or weird or out of the box it may appear. His philosophy is, I'll try it, and if it helps me or someone else to have a better life, then I'll continue to use it. Otherwise, I won't. And I love that very simple, practical approach. So, I'll introduce this technique by sharing the story that Raymon tells about how he uses it. One of the ways in which he utilizes it is if he is, for example, in line at the supermarket and he recognizes that the checkout clerk is having a less than desirable day. So the clerk may be short-tempered, maybe talking in a nasty tone to people. And what he does, just standing there in line, is he visualizes the top of the clerk's head opening up. And he just imagines all the negative energy, all the anger, frustration, whatever the clerk is experiencing, just going out the top of their head. And then he replaces that with positive energy. So he visualizes or imagines adding things like rainbows, butterflies, puppies, kittens, whatever he thinks would make the clerk have a good experience. And he says it works like a charm. By the time he gets up to his place in line and he's checking out, the clerk is pleasant and friendly. And so I have tried this technique, and he's right. It's wonderful. It can work and just have amazing results. So when I imagine opening the top of someone's head and letting the negative energy out, it's like I see, it looks like thick cobwebs leaving and coming out of the top of their head. It can also look like either gray blobs of energy, sometimes black blobs of energy, just leaving their head. And just let it go to source. You can just imagine it just floating right up into the heavens. And then putting positive in. You can also use this technique for yourself. So let's say, for example, that you have a meeting at 9 a.m. on Monday morning with your boss, and it's an important meeting. You're going to be reviewing your performance in the past year and whatever else. So normally you get to the office at 8:30 and you're figuring, well, that'll give you plenty of time to review your notes, make yourself ready for this meeting. Except that morning you get caught up in traffic. Horrible traffic, bumper to bumper. And you finally pull into the parking lot at 8:58. And by this time you are just frustrated, upset, maybe angry. Well, that's not how you want to go into a meeting with your boss. So now what do? So sitting there in your car, just take a few seconds. Imagine the top of your head opening and just letting all the negative energy going out. All the frustration that you've experienced because of the traffic. Anything else that's got you worried, upset, just let it go. And then fill your head with positive. Maybe put in a picture of you walking on the beach. Rainbows, unicorns, whatever makes you happy. And then notice how you feel. So this is just a fun, outside the box technique that you can use for yourself and for others. And I just invite you to play with it during the next week. Just see what happens, and be sure to post your experiences so that the rest of the group can learn from what you experience. And I hope that you have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week ahead.